In 2016, foreign policy advisor to then candidate and former President Donald Trump, Walid Phares. Walid, welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Ed, for having me again.
When you hear that reporting from Daniel Cohen, the idea that Bernie Sanders is out there echoing this ridiculous international criminal court and saying Benjamin Netanyahu is guilty of war crimes, your response?
Well, first of all, to our politicians, the American politicians, when they make such statements, I remember the previous statement where they are in support of the Iran deal, where they support actually jihadi organizations. And when you look at that and then hear them say, well, I support the ICC decision to punish or to arrest and to investigate prime minister of a democratic country, then my opinion is that our politicians are working for the interest of the Iran regime, not the interest of the United States. More important than that, more important than that is that the ICC, instead of going after those who committed actual genocide in Darfur, in Sudan, just last year, hundreds of thousands have been killed. They forgot Darfur. Why? It's African. Nobody cares about. They forgot about Assad killing more than 400,000 people, mostly Arab Sunni people. They forgot about the thousands of people in Iran being tortured and many being executed. So I question first our politicians here who coordinate and who are supportive of the Iran deal and the ICC bad judgment at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And they have selective memory on these massacres, as you say. And if it doesn't fit their narrative, they don't speak out, whether it's Darfur or somewhere else. Yesterday, Senator Ted Cruz called out the various flip-flops, the weaknesses within the Biden administration, had a tense exchange with the Secretary of State. Let's watch that.
At every stage, you have been telling Israel, do not kill the terrorists, and that has been from day one.
Senator, I was in Israel 5 days after October 7th. I've been there 7 times since. No one, starting with President Biden, has done more to make sure they have what they need to defend themselves from Hamas, to deal with the threat that Hamas poses.
With all due respect, that is ludicrous. That is ludicrous. Why have you cut off weapons to Israel then?
We have not cut off weapons to Israel.
Come on. I mean, Walid, we're all looking, and they're under oath, and they say, we've done nothing but support Israel. Okay, right after October 7th, yes. Since then, we all know the pressure on Netanyahu, and we know that they held up the weapons, like Senator Cruz said, and they lie to our faces.
They do. Let's look at the big picture, the 60,000 feet picture, and then we understand what's the Biden policy regarding Israel and the government of Mr. Netanyahu. Of course, they threaten to stop what Israel needs. You know, they send them all the weapons that Israel doesn't need, actually, and they say, well, that's a support. And on the other hand, more than the weapons, when they put pressure on the Israeli government to accept a ceasefire, even without Hamas accepting it, what does that mean? It means that this is a protection to the last enclave of Hamas. What that means is that Hamas will be spared. And if it's spared, Iran's regime, Islamic Republic, is going to support them. And of course, Qatar and the Muslim Brotherhood are going to support them. But this is not just about Israel. This is about also any country, any government, any movement in the region that opposes the expansion of the Islamic Republic. That's where it lies. It's all connected to one deal. That deal is making a lot of money to many people in the West, in the United States, and these are special interests pressuring the administration.
I've got under 30 seconds. Today, the significance, if anything, to you, Norway, Ireland, Spain, all announcing they recognize a Palestinian state as of May 28th coming up. Israel responded by pulling back the ambassadors from those countries. Is there any significance to this if it grows around Europe and other places?
You know, I don't want to sound like a broken, any system here. What is happening is that wherever the Iran regime has interests, planted companies, invested with banks, all over Ireland, that's what is talking today. Far left government in Spain that has connections with the Islamist movement of Iran or the Iranian regime. Anywhere you go, you see that machine that has been fed since the Obama administration by dozens of billions of dollars. This is what explains why suddenly those 3 countries, and Norway, of course, oil relationship with the Iranian regime. There are lobbies installed everywhere. That does not represent the public opinion. Not all political parties, including on the left, they don't know that they are being dragged into this position by the international Iran deal lobby.
Unbelievable. Walid Phares, he just told us, he gave us the 60,000-foot view. Most people only do 30,000. You're giving us double, which is really great. It shows your sharp analysis. Walid, thank you.
Thank you.